Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Unsung playoff hero highlights why the Warriors must act in free agency. The Golden State Warriors have faced financial constraints that prevented them from making significant free agency moves in recent seasons. This culminated in the modest acquisitions of Dario Saric and Corey Joseph, which fell short of expectations compared to the previous offseason. However, despite these financial limitations, it is still possible to identify key players who can fit into the system of a team with minimal cap space. During the playoffs, these role players often make a crucial difference, as the impact of star players tends to balance out. Derrick Jones Jr.'s impact on the Dallas Mavericks underscores the importance for the Golden State Warriors to maximize their limited free agency options. Jones, a journeyman in his first 7 NBA seasons, was nearly forgotten as a free agent last August. The Dallas Mavericks eventually signed him to a 1-year, $2.7 million deal, a calculated move that has paid off beyond expectations. Amid the spotlight on Luka Doncic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's superstar showdown, Jones emerged as an unsung hero, playing a pivotal role in the Mavericks' advancement to the Western Conference Finals on Saturday. After a slow start to the series, Jones began capitalizing on the defensive focus on Doncic and Kyrie Irving. He delivered back-to-back performances of 17 and 19 points in Games 4 and 5, shooting a combined 14 of 23 from the field. Jones took another leap in Game 6, scoring 23 points, 8 of 13 shooting, 4 of 6 from three-point range, helping Dallas overcome a 17-point deficit to close out the series and advance. While Gilgeous-Alexander impressed for the Thunder, Jones' role as his primary defender highlighted his invaluable contribution to the Mavericks, far exceeding his contract's worth. He is likely to maintain this level of importance in the conference finals, defending either Jamal Murray or Anthony Edwards, depending on the outcome of the Denver Nuggets vs Minnesota Timberwolves Game 7. The Warriors are familiar with such value, having signed Otto Porter Jr. to a minimum contract during their championship season 2 years ago. This offseason, their free agency moves failed to make a significant impact, and the franchise will face deserved scrutiny if they do not address this issue in the upcoming offseason. Bronny James admits being starstruck by Golden State Warriors' Stephen Curry. As the son of one of the greatest NBA players in history, it's reasonable to assume Bronny James has encountered many famous people. However, even he isn't immune to being starstruck by Golden State Warriors' Stephen Curry. Bronny James Jr. grew up in the league, born in 2004 when his father was in his second NBA season. Despite his lifelong exposure to basketball's elite, Bronny recently admitted to being awestruck upon meeting Curry before a Golden State Warriors vs Los Angeles Lakers game. Currently participating in the NBA Draft Combine, Bronny took a moment for an interview with Bleacher Report, where he was asked about the last time he felt starstruck. "I think it was when I saw Steph playing at the Crypto.com arena a little while ago, and he came up and surprised me." Bronny James. Considering the epic battles between Curry and his father, including 4 consecutive finals matchups from 2015 to 2018, it's no wonder Bronny would be dazzled by Curry's brilliance. Despite a modest freshman season at USC, where he averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 19.4 minutes, Bronny has impressed many scouts at the Combine, according to ESPN's Jamal Collier. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch, Bronny is projected as a late second-round pick at best. However, there's significant speculation about his draft position, intertwined with curiosity about his father's future, as LeBron James could opt out and become a free agent this offseason. The possibility of Bronny and Curry becoming teammates is tantalizing. The Warriors could seize the opportunity with their 52nd overall pick, while the Los Angeles Lakers, holding the 55th pick, are certainly interested in keeping the James legacy in LA. Trade for 2023 NBA champion could help Warriors manage long-term payroll. Golden State Warriors owner Joe Lacob has openly expressed his desire to reduce the team's payroll in the coming years. While this goal is easier said than done, especially as the franchise aims to return to championship contention next season, strategic moves can make it possible. The Warriors have had the highest payroll in the league in 3 of the last 4 seasons. Over the past 12 to 18 months, they've made several moves to address the unsustainable financial burden of their roster. Trading James Wiseman for Gary Payton II last February had a financial component, but the swap of Jordan Poole for Chris Paul was even more significant, allowing the Warriors to shed Poole's $128 million, four-year contract. A trade involving 2022 All-Star Andrew Wiggins for 2023 NBA champion Bruce Brown could provide a solution to the Golden State Warriors' payroll issues. The financial future of the Warriors will largely depend on the outcomes concerning Chris Paul and Klay Thompson this offseason. However, Andrew Wiggins' contract also presents an opportunity for greater flexibility. Wiggins, 28, has 3 years and approximately $85 million left on his contract. His performance declined this season, sparking trade speculations that are likely to intensify this offseason. Wiggins' salary could be a key component in any trade for a star player. If the Warriors are looking to simply defer Wiggins' remaining contract years, they could consider sending him to the Toronto Raptors in exchange for Bruce Brown, the 2023 NBA champion. Brown is expected to be available this offseason after being traded to the Raptors from Indiana in the Pascal Siakam deal midseason. According to Doug Smith of the Toronto Star, the Raptors are likely to pick up Brown's $23 million team option before exploring trade options. Some league sources believe the Raptors will likely pick up the option, then quickly trade Brown rather than waiting until the 2025 trade deadline. Doug Smith. Brown played a crucial role in the Nuggets' championship run last season, averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, and over 1 steal in 26.5 minutes per game during the playoffs. While he might not be an outright upgrade and would likely come off the bench, Brown could be an impactful piece that allows the franchise to save money in the long term. Rival Executive identifies most realistic trade target for Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors' hopes for a major trade this offseason might hinge on the direction the Atlanta Hawks take, especially after the Hawks sensationally secured the number 1 overall pick in Sunday's lottery. All eyes will be on the Hawks and their decisions regarding the backcourt duo of Trae Young and Dejounte Murray. The Warriors are seeking additional scoring and shot creation to complement Stephen Curry. A rival NBA executive has pointed to Dejounte Murray as the most realistic trade target for the Golden State Warriors this offseason. Golden State reportedly showed interest in Murray before the February trade deadline, though Atlanta chose to retain their 2022 All-Star at least temporarily, which resulted in nothing more than a play-in tournament exit. Speculation about the futures of Young and Murray will intensify this offseason. A Western Conference executive told Sean Devaney of Heavy Sports that Murray might be the most feasible trade target for the Warriors. Of all the guys they could trade for, he, Murray, is probably realistic because he doesn't make a lot of money. They could add him, slot him in for Chris Paul, give up 2 first-round picks, and now you've got some defense, another scorer, and a guy who makes sense. Anonymous Western Conference executive. A recent trade proposal suggests Golden State could part with Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Gary Payton II, and a 2025 first-round pick for Murray. However, giving up an additional first-round pick instead of the highly talented Kuminga would be a much more sensible deal for the Warriors. Murray is set to begin a 4-year, $114.1 million contract, which might give the Warriors pause if they plan to keep Andrew Wiggins while also navigating Klay Thompson's free agency and Kuminga's extension eligibility. Murray averaged a career-high 22.5 points this season, along with 5.3 rebounds and 6.4 assists per game. He shot 36.3% from three-point range on a career-high 7.1 attempts per game. Additionally, he led the NBA in steals 2 years ago and was named to the All-NBA defensive team in 2018.